Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Yes, Nithyananda, sorry for the technical glitch. By now, the first step of the completion process should have completed identifying all the incidences in your life where the root incidents, the root pain patterns, the root thought currents, which emerged because of the root incident, the misunderstanding, whatever the incident was, which triggered and started creating all the pain patterns and root thought currents. And so now, after identifying these root incidences in your life, we can enter into the second step of the completion process, which is reliving all these incidences in our inner space 5 times. So the important part of this process is that we need to relive them and not remember them. So what is the difference between remember and reliving? Remembering the incident is from your current understanding about life, from your current thought currents about life, how you cognize life right now, how you understand life right now. When you look back at the incident from this thought current, from this understanding, that is what is remembering. And most of the time, it will only put us into more and more incompletion, it will only put us into more and more guilt and more suffering. But if you want to actually relieve the incident from your inner space, then we need to relive the incident. So what does reliving mean? Reliving the incident means going through the incident as you experienced it. Every single moment, including the cognitions you are carrying about life at the time. If you are 6 when the incident happened, or you are 4 or 3, whatever incident you experienced the situation, whatever age you experienced the incident, reliving the experience from the same age, from the same cognitions you carried about that age, whatever it may have been. Relive and understand life from the same cognitions as you had experienced it. And go through this whole process for 5 times. Do the reliving of the incident 5 times. Relive the incident as if it is happening right now, and you are the child version of yourself experiencing it. Remember that you should not remember this incident with our current logic, not justify what happened, allowing all the emotions which were bottled up at that time, allowing all the emotions to come out, allowing all the emotions to flow through you, not withholding anything anymore. Allow everything to come out from your inner space. Let us now enter into the second step of the completion process. You can now begin. The Mahavakya music is going to be played very lightly in the background. Let us now begin.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashivam overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes.
Once we have identified the root thought patterns, the root incidences in our life, once we have relived these incidences 5 times within our inner space, we can now move into the third step of the completion process, which is taking the mirror and narrating the incident to ourselves in the mirror 5 times loud and clear. Speak to yourself in the mirror as if you're talking to your mother, directly calling the biological mothers or the mother figures of our life and completing the completion process. And so now, take this time and opportunity. This is the second step of the Sopanatva Kriya, but third step in this completion process. So now take the mirror, take up the mirror, and narrate the incident to your mother as if you narrate the incident to your mother. Narrate the incident to yourself 5 times in the mirror. Let us now enter into the third step of the completion process.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Once we have completed this step of narrating the incident 5 times to ourselves in the mirror, loud and clear, we can now enter into the 4th and final step of the completion process, completing the completion process, which is calling up our biological mother, calling up the mother figures in our life, and doing the completion process with them, giving them the context for the completion process. And the important part which you all need to remember is that we need to feel complete while doing the completion process. And so what do we mean by that? Swamiji describes, the supreme part of Hinduism describes completion as the removal of the hangover of the past in our present. And so completion doesn't necessarily mean you need to apologize for what you did. Nor does it mean you need to feel guilty, you need to feel bad for what had happened. It is just allowing the hangover of the past to be relieved from your system. Not blaming the other person, not blaming life for what had happened, and at the same time not apologizing for it. Just allowing the completion, not allowing the hangover to still be in your inner space. It is our responsibility to allow the healing of the relationship to happen. Dropping whatever the past would have been, not expecting anything in return, but just deciding to be in the space of completion. Yes. This is the 4th and final step in the completion process. Following which, we're going to be entering into the next segment of this program. Let us take up this opportunity to establish completion with these various mother figures in our life. Sometimes these people are aware of the incident, sometimes they are not aware of the incident. But all the same, when you are doing the completion process, you are not only allowing the completion to happen within you, the completion is happening within them as well. Fundamentally, all of us on this planet want to be complete. It is just a matter of who's going to take the first step. And many times we do not take the first step because of our ego, because of our arrogance. Now let us take this opportunity, drop our ego, drop our arrogance, and allow the completion to happen. Yes, let us now sit and pick up the phone or start a video call, or even if they're in your vicinity, that is perfectly great. You can go ahead and approach them and start the completion process. Let's take this next few minutes to complete the last step of the completion process as we enter into the puja which is going to be offered live from Adi KAILASA Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalayam. Before we enter into the puja, before the puja commences, let us now finish the last and final step of the completion process. Let us begin.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour Let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashivam overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. Now, once you have completed all 4 processes of the completion, we can now start preparing ourselves to receive the supreme part of Hinduism, to receive Devi Parashakti for the live puja going to be offered from Adi Kailasa, Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam. This puja is one of the very important parts of the Pacchai Pattini Vratham, which transforms the Vratham from being just a fasting, a religious fasting, to Vratham, to the aspect of remembering and worshipping worshipping the divine, through whose grace and blessings our Vratham becomes successful. The fruits of our Vratham start manifesting and are bestowed upon us. Let us take the next couple of minutes now to get ready and prepare ourselves for the for the puja, for the worship of Devi Parashakti. For this puja, if you have your padukas, your Guru padukas, that is more than enough to offer the puja to. If you also have the Sri Yantra or the Meru or the deities of Devi Parashakti, you can have all of them as well have them be present for the puja. The puja is going to be offered in 4 steps, starting with the offering of the Kumkumarchana. Starting with the offering of the Archana, which is the offering of the 108 names to Devi Parashakti. Following the Archana will be the offering of Dhupa, Deepa, Naivedyam, and Arati. And so if you have fresh flowers, that is highly recommended for the Archana. If you don't, that is also perfectly all right. You can take and keep the Kumkum, which is the processed turmeric, and offer the turmeric offering the Kumkum as part of the Archana. After the offering of the Archana will be the offering of the lit incense sticks, the lit Deepa, the offering of Naivedyam, the offering of the sacred food, which is in alignment to the Vratham, which is an alignment to the guidelines being given in the Pacchai Vratham. As Devi Parashakti is observing the Pacchai Vratham, the Naivedyam which is offered as well should be in alignment to the Pacchai Vratham guidelines. Followed by which is going to be the offering of Aarti to Devi. And while you're offering this puja, please make sure that you are in the traditional attire of the Yoga Vastram, and for all the males, that is the Yoga Vastram, which is the Dhoti and Sutuparitam, without the upper cloth, and wearing the Rudrakshas and having the Kumkum and Vibhuti in all the right places. And for all the females, this would be wearing the traditional sari with the Rudrakshas and Vibhuti and Kumkum in all the right places. And so now with this, let us take the next couple of minutes to enter and prepare ourselves to receive Devi Parashakti. As we get ready to witness the live puja being offered to Devi Parashakti and to the Supreme Pandava of Hinduism. Please stay tuned and take this time now to get ready for the puja as we enter into the next segment of this program. We'll be right back with you shortly. Please stay tuned. Nithyananda.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your 3 eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशिवशक्तिमध्यमां नित्यानन्दपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रे निटिलकृतकस्तूरी तिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिकौपीनवसनः दधानो दुस्तारं शिरसि फणिराजं शशिकलां प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते। ॐ सत्यै नमः। ॐ साध्व्यै नमः। ॐ गीतायै नमः। ॐ भवान्यै नमः। ॐ भवमोचन्यै नमः। ॐ आर्यायै नमः। ॐ दुर्गायै नमः। ॐ जयायै नमः। ॐ आद्यायै नमः। ॐ त्रिनेत्रायै नमः। ॐ शूलधारिण्यै नमः। ॐ पिनाकधारिण्यै नमः। ॐ चित्रायै नमः। ॐ चण्डघण्टायै नमः। ॐ महातपायै नमः। ॐ मनरूपायै नमः। ॐ बुद्ध्यै नमः। ॐ अहङ्कारायै नमः। ॐ चित्तरूपायै नमः। ॐ चितायै नमः। ॐ चित्यै नमः। ॐ सर्वमन्त्रमय्यै नमः। ॐ सत्तायै नमः। ॐ सत्यानन्दस्वरूपिण्यै नमः। ॐ अनन्तायै नमः। ॐ भाविन्यै नमः। ॐ भव्यायै नमः। ॐ भव्यायै नमः ॐ अभव्यायै नमः ॐ सदागत्यै नमः ॐ शाम्भव्यै नमः ॐ देवमात्रे नमः ॐ चिन्तायै नमः ॐ रत्नप्रियाय सदायै नमः ॐ सर्वविद्यायै नमः ॐ दक्षकन्यायै नमः ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै नमः ॐ अपर्णायै नमः ॐ अनेकवर्णायै नमः ॐ पाटलायै नमः ॐ पाटलावत्यै नमः ॐ पट्टाम्बरपरिधानायै नमः ॐ कलमञ्जीररञ्जिन्यै नमः ॐ अमेयविक्रमायै नमः ॐ क्रूरायै नमः ॐ सुन्दरायै नमः ॐ सुरसुन्दर्यै नमः ॐ वनदुर्गायै नमः ॐ मातङ्ग्यै नमः ॐ मतङ्गमुनिपूजितायै नमः ॐ ब्राह्म्यै नमः ॐ माहेश्वर्यै नमः ॐ ऐन्द्र्यै नमः ॐ कौमार्यै नमः ॐ वैष्णव्यै नमः ॐ चामुण्डायै नमः ॐ वाराह्यै नमः ॐ लक्ष्म्यै नमः ॐ पुरुषाकृत्यै नमः ॐ विमलायै नमः ॐ उत्कर्षिण्यै नमः ॐ ज्ञानायै नमः ॐ क्रियायै नमः ॐ नित्यायै नमः ॐ बुद्धिदायै नमः ॐ बहुलायै नमः ॐ बहुलप्रेमायै नमः ॐ सर्ववाहनवाहनायै नमः ॐ निशुम्भशुम्भहनन्यै नमः ॐ महिषासुरमर्दिन्यै नमः ॐ मधुकैटभहन्त्र्यै नमः ॐ चण्डमुण्डविनाशिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वासुरविनाशिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वदानवघातिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वशास्त्रमय्यै नमः ॐ सत्यायै नमः ॐ सर्वास्त्रधारिण्यै नमः ॐ अनेकशस्त्रहस्तायै नमः ॐ अनेकास्त्रधारिण्यै नमः ॐ कुमार्यै नमः ॐ एककन्यायै नमः ॐ कैशोर्यै नमः ॐ युवत्यै नमः ॐ यत्यै नमः ॐ अप्रौढायै नमः ॐ प्रौढायै नमः ॐ वृद्धमात्रे नमः ॐ बलप्रदायै नमः ॐ महोदर्यै नमः ॐ मुक्तकेश्यै नमः ॐ घोररूपायै नमः ॐ महाबलायै नमः ॐ अग्निज्वालायै नमः ॐ रौद्रमुख्यै नमः ॐ कालरात्र्यै नमः ॐ तपस्विन्यै नमः ॐ नारायण्यै नमः ॐ भद्रकाल्यै नमः ॐ विष्णुमायायै नमः ॐ जलोदर्यै नमः ॐ शिवदूत्यै नमः ॐ कराळ्यै नमः ॐ अनन्तायै नमः ॐ परमेश्वर्यै नमः ॐ कात्यायन्यै नमः ॐ सावित्र्यै नमः ॐ प्रत्यक्षायै नमः ॐ ब्रह्मवादिन्यै नमः श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षिदेव्यै नमो नमः। नेत्राणां दशभिष्यतैः परिवृताम् अत्युग्रचर्माम्बरां हेमाभां महतीं विलम्बितशिखां मामुक्तकेशान्वितां घण्टामण्डितपादपद्मयुगलां नागेन्द्रकुम्भस्तनीम् इन्द्राक्षीं परिचिन्तयामि सततं प्रत्यक्षसिद्धिप्रदाम् ॐ धूरसिधूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतयोऽस्मान् धूर्वतितं धूर्वयं वयं धूर्वामस्त्वं देवानामशिषस्तितमं पप्रितमं दुष्टतमं वह्नितमं देवहूतममहृतमसि हविर्दानं नृगुंहस्वमाह्वा मित्रस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षे माभेर्मा संविग्धा मा त्वाहि पुंसिषुम् ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षिदेव्यै नमः धूपमाघ्रापयामि ॐ उद्दीप्य स्वजातवेदोपघ्नन्निरर्तुं मम दग्न आगहि श्रिया मा परिपातय ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षिदेव्यै नमः दीपं सन्दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ मधुवाताऋतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुम्रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमाकुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु 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 ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षिदेव्यै नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशानां शक्तिभूते सनातनी गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शरणागतदीनार्थपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्यहरे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षिदेव्यै नमः कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि कोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगभट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलं परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलं त्वं स्मृतमहं धन्य
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, that was such a powerful darshan of Devi Parashakti that we all received during the puja today. In the same space of oneness with Devi Parashakti, Mariamman, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let us enter into today's power manifestation. The exciting power manifestation for today is we're going to be manifesting this power for someone else. So we have manifested this power on ourselves, which is the decreasing of the height. Yes. So today we are going to be manifesting the same power for someone else. So you're going to be manifesting this power for them and decreasing the height of the other person by how much ever they want. So let us get ready for the power manifestation. So you can call anyone that you want to manifest this power for, the power of decreasing the other person's height, and you can ask them to just decide how much ever they want to decrease their heights by. And you can also tell them that it's not that you are going to make it permanent decrease of their height, but if you want to manifest a power permanently also you can do it. But right now you're not going to be manifesting this power permanently for them because no one wants to grow shorter. So you're going to be decreasing this height for them just for the power manifestation, just to see and show that there is a power like this described in the Agamas by Paramashiva himself. And these powers have already been demonstrated by so many great people like Lord Hanuman. If you see in Ramayana, he has manifested these powers so many different times, the increasing of height, decreasing of the height, increasing of the body weight, and decreasing of the body weight. All of these various powers have already been demonstrated by the great people who have lived and demonstrated these powers. Just the one example was Lord Hanuman, and there were so many people who have manifested these powers. So they used to grow. It's not that they used to just grow short and stay like that. It was the power is to manifest. You can grow taller and short. So it is like you can manifest whatever you want with your body. That is what is this power manifestation. So let us now get ready to do the power manifestation. You have a few more minutes to call anyone that you want to manifest this power for and tell them that you're going to be manifesting this power. You have 2 more minutes to get anyone who you want to manifest this power for. Just quickly come and be seated. And every one of you who have the Jnananjana, the Aushadha or the alchemy product, both, anyone, whoever is having the Jnananjana, you can apply the Jnananjana on your third eye. The Jnananjana is Paramashiva, Swamiji himself in the form of the paste, in the form of the Jnananjana. So you can use that also for the power manifestation. If you do not have the Jnananjana, you will still be able to manifest the power. So do not worry about it. You can just be seated. So today you're going to be manifesting this power for someone else. Last time this was manifested on your own body. So today we are going to be manifesting this for the other person. So if you see, we are doing various different levels of power manifestation. We did the body scanning, remote vision, and different variations of body scanning itself to become like to the master the power of body scanning. Now we are doing the power of Ashtamahashakti. So we are having so many exciting different kinds and variations of power manifestation because Paramashiva himself, Swamiji himself, is manifesting in our bodies in so many different aspects. And we are seeing so many different manifestations of that through the power manifestation. And each power that we are manifesting a higher cognition. So it's the power manifestation is just to show outside that the power manifestation is happening. But the actual thing that is happening is not just the power manifestation, it is Paramashiva himself manifesting, Swamiji himself manifesting through our body. And expressing as the power manifestation, like a way to verify the manifestation that is happening inside. Yes, now we're going to start the power manifestation. So you can decide on how much height you want to decrease today because that is the power. How much you want to manifest this power for others, how much height you want to decrease to the other person. You can ask the other person, you can write that down also. So first the other person will have to measure their heights on the wall or using measuring tape to know the initial height, how much they were and how much you have manifested and how much height has decreased afterwards. So they will be measuring their heights. So they can go against a wall and just keep a book or a ruler on top of their head and mark on the wall using a pencil. That's the easiest way to mark, and you will also easily be able to verify the markings the second time after the power manifestation has happened. So you can quickly mark the height. Yes, now we're going to begin the power manifestation. Sit straight. Keep your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Everyone who are measuring, you can finish measuring your heights and come back. I give you 1 more minute so you can quickly come back and be seated. You have a few more seconds to quickly measure and come back and be seated. And every one of you who can sit on the ground, you can sit on the ground. If you can sit in Padmasana, sit in Padmasana. If you cannot sit on the ground, you can sit in a comfortable way, whether on a chair or however you would like to. Make sure that you are sitting straight. You can sit in Padmasana also. Let us start the power manifestation now. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in your third eye. Close your eyes and visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Any form of Swamiji that you connect to, any darshan, any satsang, any form, any initiation that you received from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, you can visualize those forms of him. Close your eyes, sit straight and visualize that form. Now let us start chanting the Mahavakya intensely. Now you can start chanting the Mahavakya. You can chant along with the Mahavakya that is being played now. Sit straight and intensely chant the Mahavakya. Your whole body vibrate with the Mahavakya. Now, just request Swamiji in your third eye. Swamiji, manifest through me and decrease the height of the other person by how much ever you decided for, of how much ever that person wanted. You're going to be decreasing the height for a short period of time of the other person, of how much ever is desired. You have 2 more minutes to manifest this power. So intensely, continuously chant the Mahavakya. Just put that one request to Swamiji in your third eye. It's like sending a message to him. The third eye is literally your direct connection to Swamiji. You do not need any other medium. Just with your third eye, you're going to be literally talking to Swamiji, communicating to Swamiji, requesting Swamiji to manifest this power through you. So just continuously chant the Mahavakya and manifest this power. We have a few more seconds. Actually, we have 1 more minute. Step of power manifestation measured initially. If you used a wall, you can go back to the wall and measure. If you used a measuring tape, you can use the measuring tape to measure again. Just make sure that you're measuring it in the same exact way that you measured initially, so that we do not have any errors. Make sure that there are no errors while doing the test, while checking the height. You will see that the power manifestation has already happened now. All of you have already manifested Swamiji through your bodies and manifested the power. So you can finish verifying and come back and be seated. We are going to be manifesting 1 more round of today's power manifestation. You can call anyone that you want to manifest for, or if you want to do the power manifestation on the same person who you have already manifested for, if you and they want to manifest it again, you can again manifest it on the same person. Or if you want to manifest for someone else, you feel that you want to manifest, give the same experience of the power manifestation to someone else, you can call that person and you can manifest this power for them now. So I give you 2 minutes. You can take 2 minutes to call anyone you want to manifest this power for and get them for the power manifestation and manifest this power for them. This is such a beautiful opportunity that each and every one of us are getting from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to manifest the powers of Paramashiva himself during this time. So you can call anyone who you want to manifest this power for. Or if two of you are in the same place, both of you can manifest this power on each other actually. Simultaneously, both of you can manifest this power on each other. Just decide the height you want to increase of each other and write it down in a paper. Measure both of your heights on the walls or using measuring tape. And you can manifest this power simultaneously. Both of you can manifest this power simultaneously on each other. So get ready for that. Get ready for the second round now. You have 1 more minute to measure the height of the other person. If they are new, if you have not manifested for them already, if you're getting someone new, you have a few more seconds to measure their heights and come back and be seated for the second round.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Paramashivoham.
Yes, now it's time to start the second round of power manifestation. Please be seated if you can in Padmasana or in any other comfortable position you are, whether on a chair on the ground. Best would be to sit on the ground with the head, neck and spine in a straight line in Padmasana. But if you cannot sit on the ground or sit in Padmasana, you can sit in a comfortable position as you wish to. And now let us start the power manifestation. Visualize Swamiji in your third eye now. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in your third eye. Close your eyes and intensely chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Intensely chant the Mahavakya continuously. Now, just request Swamiji in your third eye. Swamiji, please manifest through me and decrease the height of the other person by how much ever you decide to manifest the power. You're going to be decreasing the height of the other person. How much ever you want to decrease for the other person, just decide that much, and you can decrease the height of the other person by that much. You have 3 more minutes to manifest this power. This is such an exciting power manifestation. All of us are manifesting every single day. So now quickly manifest the power. Intensely charged.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Paramashivoham. Om
minute to manifest the power. So quickly, continuously chant the Mahavakya. Now you're going to be, in a few moments, you're going to move on to the next step of the power manifestation, where we're going to be verifying the manifestation that has happened. And also take photos of yourself quickly now. You have a few minutes to take photos of yourself while doing the power manifestation itself, so that you can also post on the social media. And this is a very rare opportunity that all of us are getting to manifest these powers. So make sure to take photos of yourself while doing the power manifestation itself. Yes. First, verify the manifestation that has happened now. So go back to the place that you initially measured your heights and re-measure your height now to see the manifestation that has happened. We have manifested the power of decreasing our heights now, decreasing the height of the other person through the power manifestation. So now go back to the place that you measured your height initially and re-measure the heights now. You have 2 minutes to re-measure our heights and see the manifestation that has happened. So if you're going against the wall and measuring, make sure that you're measuring it exactly the same way that you initially measured. If you used a ruler, use the ruler. If you used a book, you can use the book. Or if you used a measuring tape, you can use the measuring tape again. So make sure that you're using the exact same means of the measuring. And whoever have finished measuring your heights, whoever have finished manifesting this power and measuring the heights, now you can take the photos of the difference in the height that you have manifested, and you can post it on the social media. You can post it on Facebook. You can take the photos of yourself manifesting these powers and post it on the social media. You have a few minutes to post your experiences also. So quickly finish measuring the height and also posting it on the social media. You can use you can go to the Facebook and also tag the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Facebook page SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam. You can tag this Facebook page while you're posting your experiences. Also use the hashtags PPV for the Pacchai Pattini Vratham. You can use the hashtag Nithyananda, hashtag Power Manifestation, hashtag KAILASA, and also the hashtag Mariamman. You can use these 5 hashtags to post your experiences with. It's so beautiful to see all of your experiences every day. So many people posting so many different experiences of them manifesting the powers of Paramashiva with the grace and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can also offer your gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism through the social media for giving us all this beautiful opportunity to manifest this power of Paramashiva himself. We have a few more seconds, so quickly finish and get ready for the next upcoming exciting segments that are there in today's session. So now it's time to move on to the next segment of today's session. With this, we come to the end of the power manifestation. Let's move on to the next segment now. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Understand, if your purpose is existential reality and artificial ignorance, artificial intelligence of the matrix is used to support it, great, you are out of the matrix. But if your purpose is artificial ignorance, even if you own the whole planet Earth. Ownership idea itself is artificial stupidity. Within the matrix, anything you do is waste of your time, which is life for you. Your time is money for your boss, pleasure for your beloved. Your time has a various meaning for many people in your life. But for you, your time is life. If artificial intelligence or artificial ignorance, which all of us commonly accepted and created, if that becomes the purpose of your goal, you are grown, not living. Let artificial intelligence not be your purpose. It's a very good servant, but that is not purpose of life. Your DNA has some physical components like a sugar, so many other things, and they are kept together through water. The DNA strands and your consciousness is kept together through sound, and the kind of the sounds you use regularly inside and the kind of the sounds you stored inside matters, because through that sound your consciousness connects with the DNA and sends instruction, and DNA manifests your life. If you want superconscious mutation, listen. You need to disconnect the threads with which your consciousness and DNA is bound together and alter the connecting point, the sound, into highest possible sound. What kind of a sound is used to bind your consciousness and DNA strands together? That decides what kind of a powers you are going to manifest and what kind of a life you are going to have in your body. There are 4 situations in your life where consciousness is directly influencing your DNA. When you are hungry, when you are angry, when you are lusty, when you are about to fall sleepy, too tired, just want to get lost, withdraw. These 4 situations, your consciousness directly influences the DNA. The door between the consciousness and DNA is open. During these 4 situations, if you use these 4 situations, you can detox, remove all the unconscious ideas, words you stored inside you, and you can pull them out. Add Mahavagni. powerful sounds, Mahavagya, inside you. Anyone who decides to use Mahavagya to connect your consciousness and DNA will have the ultimate superconscious mutation. You will manifest health, you will manifest wealth, you will manifest beautiful relationships, you will manifest blissful life, you will manifest knowledge, you will manifest Paramashiva Jnana, the ultimate powerful cognitions, and Paramashiva Vijnana, ultimate applied science of Paramashiva, and all the powers naturally. If you decide to take your life in your hand and rewrite your future, that is Ishwaratva, being a leader. Being a leader means rewriting your future. Please understand, I am not teaching you personality development. No. I am not interested in doing a personality development program here. I am interested in helping you to rewrite your future. Means a total, complete disconnect from your past root patterns, from the past ideas you carry about you and the world. I tell you, no one can enter into your completion. No one can change the way reality occurs to you. You are the master of your reality. A man who stops with the idea of impossibility continues to be in the lower worlds, lower existence. Man who goes on making impossibilities into possibility achieves Ishwaratva, leadership, consciousness. Bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Nithyananda, everyone. We are back with you here today with the Hindu books topic. Myself, Sri Nithyananda Maharaj, and along with me, we have Sri Brahmasukananda Maharaj. Nithyananda Maharaj.
Yeah.
And today, both of us are going to be being part of this segment of the Hindu books. And today we're going to be discussing one of the most frequently spoken about subjects, widely spoken about, but highly misunderstood. Maharaj, could you maybe enlighten our audience with what that topic may actually be?
Yes, in fact, the topic that we have chosen for today is the topic of karma, the most widely talked about topic, but understood in multitude of ways in different contexts, different circumstances. Our understanding, our logic about this word karma, everywhere it appears, in movies, in popular culture, in our personal life. But we really want to understand what it really means, what the word really means.
So, as defined by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, by Swamiji, karma is nothing but the hangover of the past. We always feel whenever we start anything that things are impossible. Yes, whether it may be when we're trying to learn how to drive, when we're trying to study and prepare for an exam, anything which we try to embark on, we feel that it is impossible because we have failed in the past. But we don't exactly remember why we failed in the past. It is that thing we forget. It's very contradictory because the only thing we remember is we failed in the past, but we don't remember why we failed.
Yes, and in fact, we may not even have had intelligence, we may not have had what all is required, but because we did not have what is required and we failed, does not mean that we are going to fail forever, right? But unfortunately, illogical belief of impossibility in our inner space, that is karma, as defined by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, Bhagavan Nithyananda, Paramashivam. So, illogical belief of impossibility is karma. In our inner space, illogical belief of impossibility, when it becomes pattern, that is karma. So any thought current or thought pattern in which we are stuck is karma. I'll repeat, any thought current or thought pattern in which we are stuck is karma. So the Supreme Pontiff says, listen, the thought current or thought pattern, any thought pattern in which we are stuck is karma. Stuck thought currents, suffocating thought patterns, suffocating thought trend is in fact karma. So let us apply this one line definition in any zone of our life or any dimension of our life. Mangala Maharaj, do you want to take us further in each of these dimensions? How this definition applies?
Yes, if we take health, for example, any idea we have, thought current, thought pattern we have about health, which is not bringing health in us, that is karma. Wealth, any thought pattern, any thought current we are having about wealth, which is not bringing wealth in our lives, that is also karma. Anything which is not letting us cause our reality, the stuck thought current which is not letting us manifest our reality, that is karma. This can be in any field, in the field of relationships, the field of health, in the field of wealth, in the field of our wants, in the field of our needs, whatever it may be, wherever we are stuck in life, it is because the thought pattern, that is karma. We may have beautifully profound logic, a convincing theory, why we read spiritual books, I hear from spiritual great teachers, but fundamentally, this is the simple truth what karma is. Multiple people have given different definitions of what karma is, but it is this fundamental truth. Anything which is not liberating us, which is where we are stuck, that is karma.
Yes, and in fact, there may be tons of books we would have read on medicine. But if we are not diseased, the thought pattern, thought current we built with our knowledge is only karma. There may be tons of life solutions for every situation we may know. Life like completion with ourselves, completion with others, authenticity, integrity, responsibility, enriching, listening. There may be tons of concepts we heard from various sources, books and various spiritual masters, whatever we have heard about these concepts to cause our reality. But if it has not started actually happening in our life, if we still feel stuck with the same old results, same old thought currents, same old, basically the same patterns of life are repeating again and again and again in our life, then it only means karma for us. So Swamiji says, listen, it means still somewhere our logic has not opened up. Any thought current which makes us feel stuck, suffocating, caught is karma. So we may know about completion, incompletion, authenticity, all these concepts, living Advaita, everything we might have heard, all those concepts, enjoyed them logically, chewed them intellectually, but if we are still stuck with some thought pattern which again and again brings us back to the same state, if we have not caused our reality, be very clear, all these thought trends and thought currents and definitions, everything is just karma for us. All the concepts. So karma is not just one part of us, it is a whole set, it is a whole net on which we are bound.
Exactly, Maharaj. Anything which raises us to the next level, which pushes us, gives us the breakthrough, that is what is completion. There are only two things in life. It is either completion, having the thought currents which lead us to completion, or having the thought currents which is our karma. Our whole thought current, every single thought which we have, every single thought current and cognition which we have is either a completion thought current or is karma. Whatever gives us breakthrough and pushes us to the next level, that which makes our reality into liberation, that is completion. Everything else is just karma. You can just split everything into just these two things. We should not be fooled. We should not be cheated. Just because logically it entertains us, it convinces us, cherishes us, we enjoy it, we heard it from a person whom we love, somebody charismatic, or maybe a book which is very trustworthy, high is, that does not necessarily mean that that exactly is karma. We just need to decide to throw the net out completely. Every morning when we wake up, very idea of God, and you want to get rid of it, we have to question the very idea of world, the very idea of us which we have. Not just question the toothbrush or the paste or the brand of medicine which may be using, but questioning everything in life. A thought current which can help solve our problems partly, thought currents which can cause our reality partly, is also karma. Just good karma, that's it. But karma nonetheless.
Yes. In fact, the thought pattern, the thought trends, which causes all the things which we want as reality is completion. Karma is the thought current in which we are stuck. Even if it causes our reality only partially, even then it is karma. Only when we are completely causing our reality as we want, we really break out of all the suffocating thought trends, then only that can be called as completion. If we are not able to cause even one reality we want, we have to question the whole thought current we have. Question the whole series of thought currents we have, not one or two. Na iti, not this, na iti, not this. Even if one thought current is discarded completely, we have mastered the method of discarding thought currents. Discarding thought currents is completion. Not just discarding one thought or one thought pattern, discarding thought currents is completion. The time period we are stuck with thought pattern is a year, season in our life. I repeat, the time period in which we are stuck with one thought pattern is a year or a season in our life. The time we what thought current is life in our life. A thought current, the time we spend with one thought current in our long life is one life. Means that time between one life and death, that really is the real life. In the spiritual sense, the time we are stuck in one thought current or one thought pattern. So understand, our life or death, our lifespan is not defined based on the number of years we are in a body. It is based on the time we spend with one thought current. That is why whenever we complete certain thought current and enter into a new thought current, whenever we are initiated into a new thought current, Vedic tradition calls us a newborn. Like newborn means we have now entered into a new life because we have discarded the previous thought current and entered into a new thought current.
Exactly, Maharaj. So some of the frequently asked questions which people have about karma is, first of all, what are the different types of karma? This is a question which many of us have heard different answers about the different types of karma. The authentic answer from Hinduism, as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we have majorly three different types of karma in our lives. The thought pattern which we don't enjoy, which we already feel is outdated and which is constantly suffocating us, shrinking us, this is Sanjita karma. All the thought patterns which we feel are stuck, but we are able to cause few things as reality in our life. This is Agamya karma. But because we want to cause just one or two things in our life as reality, the thought pattern we accept brings untold, unimagined, unexpected bondages, side effects, after effects in our lives. This is Agamya karma. See, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gives a very beautiful example. Husband is a person who stands by us during all the troubles, tortures, sufferings, and pains, which will not be there in our life if he is not there. And so this is the definition of agamya karma. We try to solve and cause a reality in one dimension of our life, and we accept certain thought currents, certain thought patterns into our lifestyle. But because of this thought current, because of this thought pattern, it causes multiple other suffocations, multiple other bondages, unimagined, unexpected, untold, unbriefed sufferings. Just because we want to own a home, we get stuck with that house for 40 years just to pay off the bank loan. The reality is what we actually want is just a home, but we get stuck with it because of the bank loans and so many other different things. What we want to cause for our life is a home, but to achieve that, we compromise. We are not able to handle the responsibility we bring upon. We start suffocating, we start getting bind in unimagined, unexpected, untold, unseen multiple ways. This is the example of the agamya karma. Prarabdha karma means which we are not ready to allow either the outdated, suffocating thought pattern or the thought pattern which causes our reality partially. Deciding boldly to go on renouncing any thought current, thought pattern, even if we suspect them, and that they are not going to cause our reality completely. Even if we go on discarding, the discarding will become a lifestyle. That discarding thought pattern, thought trend, thought current is prarabdha. Means only exhaustion of karma is going on, no more accumulation. Waking up to the reality that any thought current, any thought trend cannot cause all my realities or any of my realities. Coming to the reality that all these thought currents do not cause our reality, and waking up to that reality is enlightenment. Not ready to be stuck in any thought current is the liberated thinking current. Not ready to revere, honor any thought current is liberated thinking current. Not ready to honor or revere any thought current is completion. Not ready to honor, accept, revere any thought current ever is perpetual completion. This is the science of completion being taught by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Yes, so beautifully put, Maharaj. In fact, another frequently asked question about karma is, will the same action by different people have different karmic effect? Answer the Supreme Pontiff gives to this is yes, it's reality, because the action is not responsible for the karma. It is the thought current behind the action that is responsible for karma. Understand, Cosmos has continuous audio recording but not video recording. This statement, this truth will clear tons of our questions about karma. In video recording, visuals are always new. In audio recording, it is always a single flow. Please understand, if our mind is audio recorded, don't ever think it will not be a long hours together material. No, it will not be more than 5 statements, 24 hours. The same 5 statements are getting repeated in the old stupid gramophone record in different ways of getting stuck. That's all is our inner audio recording. Please understand. If we think we are inside audio recording is done, we still have multiple things. We are wrong. We do not know you. The more restless we are, we think more thought currents we have. No. The more restless we are stuck in the same thought more number of times. Not more thought currents. We are repeating the same more number of times, not more number of thought currents. So listen to this understanding. We can be complete and be liberated today. Internalize this truth. It is a fresh out of the box definition of karma that Swamiji gives directly from Paramashiva. Remember this one truth. Your life has no video recording. It only has audio recording. Our actions do not count. Our thought current counts. Our fight with our mother, or our fight with our mother-in-law, or our fight with our brother-in-law, our fight with our son-in-law, or our fight with our granddaughter does not count. We fight. That counts. Same action by different people will have different karma effect. The statement is true. Next question that often comes is, karma be changed? And I would invite Mangala Maharaj to please elaborate on this thing.
Yes. So as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reveals to all of us, karma cannot be changed. It's the truth. Karma cannot be changed. It can only be discarded. The thought current, the thought pattern of fighting, you don't need to change that. You just need to discard it. If we pick that up, we can never see peace. It can never be changed. It can never be altered. Nothing can happen with that itself. can only be discarded. The associated thought currents, the friend, the neighbor of this thought current, they will come with its own Anga Devatas, Avarna Devatas, Parsha Devatas. Like how when Mahadeva, when Paramashiva comes down, Nandi also comes down, Devi also comes down, Ganesha, Kartikeya, along with Ganesha, his Mushika will come, along Kartikeya, his peacock will come, along with Devi, her lion will come. How these things cannot be changed. The same way, any thought current which we are carrying, for the same example as Brahmasukha Maharaj had given, the thought current of fighting with people, along with that thought pattern, all the other things associated with that thought pattern, all of them come along with it. And all of that cannot be changed. It can only be discarded. Because even if you try to change the side effect, after effect, all of that still come along with it. You will attract the same type of people who are holding the same thought current in your life again and again and again. It cannot be changed. Karma fundamentally cannot be changed. It can only be discarded. Karma is not like a Rudraksha Mala, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explains. If the Rudraksha Mala is broken, it can be restrung, it can be worn again. Or we can replace the broken bead with a new bead. Karma is not a Rudraksha Mala. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gives the example. Karma is like a diaper. It has to be changed completely. You cannot wash it, you cannot do anything with it. It has to be removed and it has to be thrown away. It has to be completely discarded. No matter how much of a soap, shampoo, whatever you try to do, nothing can be done. It can only be discarded. And as long as the diaper is not changed, as long as it is there, it is still going to be smelling. It is still going to create more and more problems to us. We can only be changed completely. This is the good news to all of us, that karma cannot be changed. The great news which you all need to realize is that karma can be discarded. The moment we discard one thought current, the moment we discard one karmic thought current, suddenly we will see not only we are entering into the next level of our existence, we will see the people who exist on the next level surround us suddenly. Literally, like how in our life, these are very, very practical examples. When your whole thought current, when your whole inner space changes, naturally, the society around you also change. When you are completely, if you're passionate about something, if you're passionate about animals, for example, then naturally, whatever you see on social media, the people who you are surrounded with, you'll only find those kind of people surrounding you, that kind of ecosystem around you. It's the same way. When you discard one thought current, when you discard one incompletion, naturally, the next incompletion comes, the next thought current comes. When you discard that, the next one will come. And by, as you start discarding all the thought currents, all the karmic thought currents, you start tasting completion. The next question which we have, do we accumulate karma through action or do we burn karma through action? And I'm going to let Brahmasukha Maharaj take the answer for this one.
Yes, thank you, Maharaj. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, beautifully explains and gives the answer to this question. Do we accumulate karma through action or do we burn karma through action? See, understand, if our context is moving towards completion, we burn karma through action. But if our context is not towards completion, we only accumulate karma through action. So whether we burn karma through action or accumulate karma through action is dependent on how we hold you, how you hold yourself, the context with which you are moving, the context in which you are acting. It is that context, depending on that context, is whether you are burning your karma or accumulating more karma. So basically, if you believe cosmos has CCTV camera, as the example already put, recording going on, we will be accumulating karma by action, because that kind of a faith will lead to that kind of a thought current and action flow. But if we understand it has no CCTV footage recording going on, it has only internal chip recording, the audio, we will exhaust our karma through our action, because we know where we need to work is the thought current we are having, not the action we are doing. The struggle is not supposed to be done to wake up early morning 4:30 a.m. No, the struggle is supposed to be done to break the lazy thought current and boredom thought pattern. You understand? Unfortunately, when we believe the CCTV footage, all our struggle is aimed at morning 4 o'clock instead of breaking the thought current of boredom, thought pattern of tiredness, and thought pattern of laziness, tiredness, this thought current, which is the root cause of you not being able to wake up in the morning. So even for our whole life, if we wake up early morning 4:30 but did not break our thought pattern, thought current of boredom and tiredness, we build a good habit not liberation. It is just a good habit. We are not liberated from the karma. Habit is a habit. All of you, I may want to remind, as Supreme Pontiff puts it, once more, in habit, if we remove the H, a bit will be there. If we remove the A, only the bit will be there. If we remove B as well, it will be there. Only if we remove the I, the thought current, it will die. It's a beautiful example that Swamiji puts. So even if we work whole day in Microsoft or any other tech giant, but did not complete with that thought current of feeling bored and tired, understand we will just feel stuck and feel exploited, sucked and die by the age of 45. After 45, if something is left in our body, that may be much worse than death. That is the truth. If we break the boredom and thought current and bring activism, we have experienced activism and go on working. We may be working till the last moment of this body's existence and still will not be tired, retired and bored. So if we are bored, bore ourselves and our thought current. If we are bored, bore the thought current of feeling bored and completely discard that whole thought pattern. Deciding for life consciously in every step makes us free from all the karma. Yes, Mangala Maharaj, you want to take us further?
Exactly. So, coming back to the fundamental definition, what is karma? Karma is nothing but our decisions against life sitting inside of us, harassing us, putting us into incompletion. Our decisions against life, which sits in us and puts us into incompletion, is karma. Our decisions for life, which is putting us into the space of powerfulness and which is creating our reality, manifest our reality as it is, as we want it, that is completion. And so now that we have covered how karma works, the cause and effects it's working in the cosmos, and how it is our individual responsibility to complete with our karmas end to end for our own fulfillment, as well as for the sake of all the living beings on earth and beyond. The question which we have today as a part of the Hindu votes is, should we have Hindu courts based on the law of cosmic justice instead of the question which we have, should we have Hindu courts based on the law of cosmic justice instead of man-made justice? To cast your vote as to whether yes we should, nor we should not, or you need more information, you can head over to Twitter, where at the official handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Sri Nithyananda, this question is being put there right now as a poll, and you can participate in the Hindu votes by just simply selecting yes, no, or whatever you think should be done about the Hindu courts and the law of cosmic justice or man-made justice, whatever should be the decision made. Hindu votes is one of the initiatives given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, so that we Hindus, through the founding principle of a responsible Hindu democracy, can help in deciding and steering Hindus and our future into the right direction, into the direction of leading us more and more to the space of enlightenment, more and more to the space of experiencing a higher reality, a superconscious reality. And so with this, we come to the end of today's segments. I'd like to sincerely request all of you to head over to Twitter and cast your Hindu vote. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Paramashivoham Maharaj for coming today, being a part of today's segment, and also all our other viewers viewing us on various social media platforms for coming today and being a part of today's segment, and for taking part in the Hindu votes as well. And so now with this, we come to the end of this segment, and it's time to get ready and enter into the next segment of today's program, the Nithyananda Satsang. So please sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line as you get ready to welcome the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the Nithyananda Satsang. Please sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your Ananda Kanda. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism residing in your Ananda Kanda as Paramashiva, with the 25 heads and 50 hands. And now, start chanting the Mahavakya mantra, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and allow the mantra to reverberate throughout your entire being. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
உலகை காத்தருளவே கையிலையில் தரும் நித்யனின் தரிசனம் தன்னை தானறியவே இவை அசைவிடு தீட்சை தரும் தரிசனம் மறைப்பொருளாயிருந்து திரை விலகி திருவடி தொழும் தரிசனம் பீரை சூடிய சடை நாதனின் திருவுரு தரிசனமே மறைப்பொருளாயிருந்து திரை விலகி திருவடி தொழும் தரிசனம் பீரை சூடிய சடை நாதனின் திருவுரு தரிசனமே அவள் வேண்டி வேண்டி திரளான கூட்டமுமை தேடி வரும் அல்லவா மறை நான்கின் பொருள் உணர்ந்த நாளும் கண்டருள கையிலை உதித்ததல்லவா பொருளெல்லாம் தேடி உலகெல்லாம் ஓடி உடையனுள் உணர்ந்தேனல்லவா பொருளெல்லாம் தேடி உலகெல்லாம் ஓடி உடையனுள் உணர்ந்தேனல்லவா உலகை காத்தருளவே கையிலையில் தரும் நித்யன் தரிசனம் தன்னை தான் அறியவே இமை அசைவிடு தீட்சை தரும் தரிசனம் கடலும் கரைகளும் உன் திரு கைகள் தந்ததே இரவும் பகலுமே ஒன்றிரு கண்ணில் அசையுதே நாங்கள் என்ன கோள்கள் என்ன உம்மை பற்றிட இரண்டு புவனங்களும் உம்மை சுற்றிட பொருளும் அருளும் தர மனதின் இருள் விலக பரமசிவ தரிசனம் மாயை வென்றுவிட ஞானம் பெற்றுவிட மோட்சம் தரும் தரிசனம் பல சித்த புருஷர்களின் ஞானியோ
ॐ नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्
I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahants, Mahants, Tanidar Kotari, visitors, viewers, sitting with us all over the world. I welcome all the ministers, ambassadors, diplomats, e-diplomats, citizens and consulate generals and supporters of KAILASA. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's message directly from KAILASA. Listen. Karma is not something which you committed or omitted. It is not the dosha which comes due to something which you committed or omitted. It is the blind spots, unattended blind spots, are deluded understandings about the dharma, the software based on which you function, the source code of the software based on which you function. Blind spots about that software, delusions about that software's result is karma. Listen, I'll repeat. People plan and work for poverty, but blame poverty on karma. Hey, listen. When you postpone what you need to do for money, you are doing what is needed for poverty. Understand? When you are postponing what needs to be done for wealth, you are preponing what is need to be done for poverty. When you don't want to be exposing your blind spots to yourself, when you want to be in delusion, when you are postponing what you need to do for wealth, you are preponing and doing what is needed for poverty. Learn to open your eyes to the software based on which you are functioning. Whether in the individual level towards enlightenment or social level, your survival as the society, group of people, or political level, survival of your political existence, or economical level, survival of your group economically in any level. Understand the source code software. I understood the source code software of myself, my body, how the various organs of my body is coordinated, how they are all inspired, excited, what inspires them, what makes them active, alive, energetic. I have understood that source code. Because of that, even poison could not kill me. When anti-Hindu gang tried to poison me, it only disturbed my health, but it could not kill me. Before that, I woke up and did all the detoxing needed to be done. Now I am not only back with health, I have done anti-aging, the Kayakalpa process. All my knowledge, research, everything I received from my gurus and with my own experience, and when I taught my disciples and from their experience, everything put together. Now the whole Kayakalpa science is ready, tested on my body, and full proof. Listen, the dharma of my body, how my intra organs and internal organs and external body, physical body, all these are interconnected, coordinated, organized. How all my 5 structures relate with each other. The physical structure, breathing structure, mental structure, cognition structure, conscious structure, how all these 5 structures of me relate with each other. How they either inspire each other or perspire each other. This whole coordination, what is the source code of the software of this happening? This whole thing I understood. Because I understood what is happening inside me, I can understand very clearly what is happening outside me. And I tell you, a person who unclutches and understands his source code, the source code of his internal software, becomes the best person to strategize even for social success, economical success, political success. That is why in those days, the Rajagurus, enlightened beings, they formed the foundation of the Hindu think tank on which the Hindu civilization stood. It is actually the enlightened beings and their guidance started reducing. When that started reducing, the Hindu civilization collapsed, not otherwise. Not otherwise. Fundamental education need to be given for a child is the child should discover its dharma, the source code of its software. See, what is the fundamental principles based on which the child has printed its body? What kind of food excites? What kind of routine inspires? What kind of thought current gives fulfillment? What kind of actions and reactions happen in your internal organs? A child should be given this education. I tell you, the greatest gift I received from my gurus is this education. Once I understood the first principle of me, I became Sarvanya. I can know anything. Understand? I am not talking out of arrogance. I am telling you the truth as it is. I can know anything. If there is a crisis in social level or national level or international level, I can look into it and understand the whole plan, how it is going to manifest. Sometimes I'll tell few things and sometimes I won't tell. But if you see the strategies I do for my life and for my Sangha, you can understand I know the crisis which is going to come and how it will open up and what will be the impact of the crisis on national level, international level, everything. If you just know how I act and react, see, especially if you are my devotee for last 10 years, if you are associated with the Sangha at least last 5-6 years, just sit and think through how, what all the kind of decisions I took about myself or about the Kailasa, Sangha, every level. Don't bother about what I convey to people or did not convey to people. Many times I won't convey completely because people are not ready to listen. People are not ready to listen, not interested in real solutions. And not only they are deluded, they get angry if their deluded feedback is not taken and considered for my decision making. I have seen fools, in the name of feedback, they try to push their decision on my head. Not only they don't get out of their delusion, they want to sink along with sinking the whole ship. I said, nothing doing. No. If you want to sink, maximum you can sink. That is your freedom. But you have no right to sink the Kailasa, and you can't. I tell you. Krishna says beautifully, if you understand me, you will understand you, and you will understand the whole universe. That is what he means. In the young age itself, my gurus taught me one thing. The source code of the software based on which I am functioning. The first principle based on which I 3D printed myself. Once I know that, I know everything. Listen. If I can produce 10,000 kids like me, consciously, surely I am not going to give physically birth to any kid. I am not talking that. I am talking about consciously reproducing the Guru Parampara. Reproducing the same super consciousness. And 10,000 kids. I know this science can't be destroyed on planet Earth. Planet Earth needs this science. This science is the supreme Raja Vidya and Raja Guhya, royal secret and royal sacred science. If you want joy, fulfillment, success, knowledge, powers, turn towards your consciousness, because that is where all these are generated. Learn the science of the soul, the source code of the software based on which you are functioning, you are operating, you are giving commands, you are generating commands. Unfortunately, Hindus thought by becoming engineer, making a home and a happy family, you achieved the purpose of your life. No. That can be very good, stable base, foundation. but not the ultimate. Stop deluding yourself or stop torturing yourself by constantly generating the commands which brings life negativity. But when the results come, crying victim, playing victim card. You can't prosecute life. Understand? People try to tell me constantly, God is unjust. Hey, you can't prosecute God. If you think God is unjust, you are fool. You are trying to verbalize your delusion. I have always seen these traitors, criminals. They use this word, oh, my feedback is not taken. Hey, your feedback is thrown back at you. You eat it. In the name of feedback, they try to run the Sangha, make decisions. First of all, these traitors, they don't have straightforward agenda. They may know how to cunningly, cleverly speak, act, and extremely caring, friendly, how they delude people I have seen. They are like drugs. Drugs may give you the feeling of exalted moods, but it will destroy your consciousness once and for all, irreparably. If you are new to my Sangha, to my satsangs, I sincerely request and highly recommend you watch some of my satsangs on unclutching and start practicing unclutching, because when you unclutch, you will know the source code of the software based on which you generate commands in your life. You act in your life. The way you cognize information, the way you respond to life, the way you define what is right and what is bad, what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong, the way you define your purpose, your goal, everything will become clear. I want all the devotees, disciples, meditate on this powerful cognition. Karma is not something you committed or omitted. It is the blind spots, unattended part of you, blind spots of you, the conscious blueprint you carry about you, inside you, the unattended parts of that deluded parts of that is karma. Continuously you generate commands to eat this, that, and then when health is completely destroyed, you blame the karma. See my karma, my health is gone. Hey, hey, hey. And people blame God. See God, I went to the temple every day, I worshipped that God, I prayed to this God. See what happened to my health. Listen. Multiple times God appeared in your screen and told you to do Pacchai Vratham, fasting, Langanam Paramaushadam. If you don't internalize all these great truths and generate commands, go on postpone, then who is responsible? Who is responsible? I tell you, do not allow the parasites sitting in your muscle memory to sign on behalf of you. When they generate commands on behalf of you, they strengthen their existence, not you. This is exactly the traitors have done in my Sangha. When they try to take decisions on my behalf, they strengthen their interest, not the real interest for which Sangha was created. See, I'll give you the signs of parasite. Whenever you go through the intense flood of hormones and chemicals, for example, hunger, or feeling very horny, lusty, or feeling frightened, terrorized, whether you feel lusty, sexually driven, horny, or frightened, terrorized, or hungry, all these three is just flood of hormones and chemicals inside you. Whenever the hormones and chemicals are flooded inside you, the womb, mother component for the parasites to be born is created. The egg, garbha, for the parasites to be born is created. The good news is you can live without letting the parasites happen in you. But if you decide to dump food the moment you feel hungry, your action is the male component, sperm inserted into that egg. Your action going with the flow pattern of the hormones and chemicals in you, your actions are male component added to the female component, parasite is born. Your actions are the male component required for the parasite to be born in you. The chemicals and hormones make the womb, egg, female component for parasites. Your deluded actions, going with the flow of the hormones and chemicals, those actions are male component for the parasites to be born. When they both happen, when they both meet, parasites are born in you. Listen, never eat the moment you are hungry. Bring eating to a very clear, conscious flow. I give you the best practice. Eat only once a day. Listen to every line. Eat only once a day. At least within next 6 months, come to this practice. Raise yourself. Eat only once a day. Keep everything you want to eat before the puja. Offer everything to Paramashiva and Guru in the puja. All this as a reason. Because when you eat only once, your whole body will feel the hunger. Even though you are feeling hungry and the food is in front of you, you cannot eat immediately because you have to do the puja. Whole thing has to be offered to Paramashiva. The delayed gratification will happen. So the agitated parasites will not get strengthened by your repeated actions of fulfilling them whenever they trigger you. See, when the parasites are born, they get strengthened by triggering you and making you act on the same pattern. I told one of my daughter, when you are depressed, frustrated, want to break everything around you, just lock yourself and sit. Don't cooperate with that parasite. Don't take decisions or act when the parasites triggers. Hunger and anger are one and the same. Hunger triggers the parasite, which triggers the pattern of anger. Listen. Only once in 24 hours you are going to eat means the whole body will be hungry. Even though the body is hungry, your parasites are triggered, and the parasites are triggering the not just hunger, anger, and the food is there in front, but you can't eat because you have to now do the puja and offer the whole thing to the deity. And finally you have to eat. The whole boiling, triggering of the parasite, the whole thing will happen and settle down. Your eating will not strengthen the patterns your parasites trigger in you. Delayed gratification will kill the parasites and the patterns triggered by the parasite. A person who does delayed gratification lives healthy, long. Lives healthy, long. Because the parasites in him can't trigger patterns in him. I tell you, don't think hunger triggers only the commands to get food and eat. No. The hunger triggers the kind of irritation which is responsible for almost every bad thing happening in the society. I tell you, 99% of the time, people who are fighting are hungry, triggered by hunger pattern. Annadana is the best strategy. I have always seen, whenever the people come to visit me, guess I tell them first, feed them, give them food, then I will meet them. So the meeting will always be pleasant. They will be in the mood to listen to what I am saying. There will be beautiful communication. I am giving you multiple understandings. Let me repeat. I don't feel bad about repeating and boring you. Even if you feel bored, it's okay to listen again and again than to miss the great truths. First thing, listen. The hormones and chemicals, when they are flooded inside the body, they create the womb, egg, female component for parasites to be born, microbes to be born. When you act due to the flooding of the hormones and chemicals, action is like a male component, sperm, to give birth to the parasite. When the flood of the chemicals and hormones and the actions both join. The parasites and microbes are born. And when the parasites sitting inside your muscle memory starts triggering you, and you exactly obey, do what the parasites are telling you, that becomes a strong pattern, and the parasites get strengthened. Parasites get strengthened. I tell you, life is a beautiful gambling. Either it can make you God, or it can just destroy you. It is how you play. Life is neither good nor bad. It's how you play. If you allow the parasites to take decisions for you, be very clear, then you are planning for the success of the parasites, not you. And parasites do not take the responsibility for all the happenings of your life externally. Good, bad, right, wrong. It's only you who need to take the responsibility for the good, bad, right, wrong. It's you who is going to enjoy or suffer, not the parasites which is hiding inside your muscle memory. They just continue to suck you and make you believe parasites and the patterns generated by parasites are you. They literally take over your identity. Understand? When I open my third eye, I burn your parasites, not you. But you always say, oh, Swamiji is so ferocious. Hey, I am ferocious on your parasite, not on you. I love you. When I show my ferociousness, I make a loud statement, I love you. And I am burning your parasite. If you try to burn it on your own, you may take births and births. If you allow me to burn it, I can finish it in few days. I am telling you. Make these simple things. Make one meal a day as a life. That also keep everything ready. The smell, hot food, fresh food. And naturally, all the patterns, parasites, everything will be triggered inside you. You'll be already hungry, and the smell of the food, but you can't eat because you have to do the puja now. Once you keep everything ready. The delayed gratification. So after the puja, if you eat, you will eat exactly what you need, how much you need. The whole process of eating will not tire you, it will empower you. I tell you, the most healthiest people who lived for a long time healthily, I have seen in my life, all of them, 100%, whether my grandmother or Kanchi Paramacharya. My grandmother lived 103. Another one grandmother lived 106. My grandfather lived more than 90. And Kanchi Paramacharya lived 100 years. Just, I think, few months less than 100 years. All of them whom I have seen who lived long, all of them had one lifestyle: less food or no food. Very less eating. They built the body systematically from the young age itself to live with minimum food, minimum quantity of food. Their food was very subtle, like breathing or liquid. Paramacharya will fast for days continuously. In my family, everyone lived quite a long time. Other than my father, everyone lived such long number of years because all of them had this habit of fasting for Paramashiva. Listen, this is also one of the reasons why there are sculptures about sex before you enter the temple in Gajuraho, or many temples. Almost all temples will have sexually explicit sculpture before you enter the temple. It's like delayed gratification. You have come to the temple. There are multiple reasons. One, that is the way that proper right sex education was preserved and presented to generations in Hindu tradition. And second, you are sexually triggered, but you can't act out. Now you have to go to the temple inside and do puja. Even if you are in a hurry, it will take hours. You have to go to temple and do puja and return the home, come back to the home or where you stay. Only then you can find your husband or wife or partner, whatever. By the time the delayed gratification will happen, your patterns, your parasite cannot become powerful due to your actions. If you listen to my instruction and practice only one meal a day, that also all the food you are supposed to eat, you will keep it ready and start the puja. By the time you start the puja, literally all your parasites will be triggered, microbes will be triggered. They will all be passing commands inside you. Hey, do this, do. And everything will be triggered. But you are silently supposed to sit and do puja. Bhadyam samarpayami. By the time you finish the puja and start eating, all that patterns will settle down and beautifully the delayed gratification will happen. Your eating will not strengthen your parasites, microbes and the patterns triggered by them. If you understand this, you will also understand why the sexually explicit sculptures outside the temple. Because when you see them, you'll be triggered, but you can't act now. You have to go inside the temple and do puja. So the parasite and the patterns triggered by parasites will just melt down. Your action will not strengthen the parasites and the patterns triggered by the parasite. This will empower you. This will empower you. Today, I am going to introduce 4 important words. Understand? There are some universal dharma. For example, yama, like ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya. Non-violence, integrity, celibacy, living with minimalistic things, the minimalistic lifestyle, and non-stealing. These 5 are Sarvabhaumya Vrata, universal virtues. Whether you are a Shaivite, Vaishnavite, Smarta, Tantric, Agori, any Sampradaya you may be, you may have a little different interpretation of these universal values in your Sampradaya, but that value itself is Sarvabhaumya, universal. Same way, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasana. See, this yama, ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya, this 5 is popularized by Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, but that does not mean this 5 belongs to only Yoga Sampradaya. This is universal. In Agama also, if you go to Agama, you will see the same yama, maybe with a little different definition, that's all. Different wording, that's all. And you go to Tantra, you will see the same 5 with maybe little different definition, that's all. If you go to Vedanta, you will find the same. Either Vaishnava or Shaiva, Shakta, Gaumara, Ganapatya, Smarta, Agora, Pashubhata, in any tradition if you go, these 5 are like a universal values. Same way, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, intense listening, cognizing, coming to powerful conclusions, and manifesting, living. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. This template is introduced by Vedanta Sampradaya, but it is universal, which can be applied in all Sampradayas, even in Shaiva tradition. Shravana, listening, coming to the powerful conclusion, Manana, and Nididhyasana, manifesting, is a basic template. Same way, today I am going to introduce 4 words. This is a basic template for the whole Hinduism. All dharma-based traditions, Buddhism, Jainism, all dharma-based traditions, including Buddhism and Jainism. These 4 words, listen carefully. Anavopaya. These 4 are independent methodologies for liberation, enlightenment, or solution for any problem. They both are not, these 4 are not leading one to another. No, independent. Anavopaya, Shaktopaya, Shambhavopaya, Anupaya. These 4 words, listen. Don't think Anavopaya leads to Shaktopaya. No. Shaktopaya leads to Shambhavopaya. No. Anavopaya is different, separate. Independently, it can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Shaktopaya is separate. Independently, it can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Shambhavopaya is separate. It can independently lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end. Anupaya is separate. It can lead you to enlightenment from beginning to end, independently. Now I'll tell you. Anavopaya means, the definition of the Anavopaya I am giving you from Malini Vijaya Tantra. The individual controls his heart and pulse by reducing it significantly. The final stage is renouncing the consumption of food and water, like physical practices like yoga, Nirahara Samyama, Pattini Vratham, even this. Anavopaya means working on your body. The definition of the Anavopaya, I am reading it out from Malini Vijaya Tantra. The individual controls his heart and pulse by reducing it significantly. The final stage is renouncing consumption of food and water. There is a more detailed, elaborate explanations. I'll give you one by one. I'll give you the essence. Listen. Working on your body and achieving the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, superconsciousness of Paramashiva. Working on your body. Fundamentally, cleaning all the parasites, microbes, and the patterns triggered by the parasites and microbes. This whole science of Anavopaya is all about detoxing yourself from all the parasites. This science of Anavopaya is always most easiest. It can show you the results immediately. I'll give you one example. If you start taking Haritaki powder, Kadukapudi, Haritaki powder, don't think it will only cleanse your intestine and it will only work as a laxative and you will become healthy. It's only a small effect of Haritaki powder. Every night, if you take Haritaki powder, not just it will bring you health, it will remove all the parasites from your muscle memory, intestine. When the parasites are removed, suddenly many of the addictive patterns will lose power over you. Just by Haritaki powder, I have de-addicted so many people from smoking, alcohol, multiple drug addictions. Just by Trifala Churanam, that Trifala, I have de-addicted many people from hunger patterns, anger patterns, the craving for junk food. Craving for junk food is nothing but craving for poison, slow poison. Knowing it is a poison, knowing it will disturb your health, knowing it is going to disturb your health. I'll introduce these 4 words: Anavopaya, Shaktopaya, Shambhavopaya, Anupaya. Because I'll have to explain elaborately these 4 words in multiple satsangs, because it is one of the missions. I want all of you to know I stand for all dharmic traditions of Hinduism. Adishaiva, Shakta, Vedanta, Saura, Ganapatya, Gaumara, Kashmira Shaiva, Pashubata, Smarta, Bauddha, Jaina. From my experience, I can say there are still 10,000 living streams of Hinduism. There are 10,000 traditions. I am going to revive all 10,000. I stand for all 10,000. I am going to revive all 10,000. These 4 words are fundamental truths. So I will have to give lots of explanation. Today I will introduce them. Anavopaya means the individual controls his heart and pulse by reducing it significantly. The final stage is renouncing consumption of food and water forever. It's like a step-by-step evolving and living in the liberated space, one with Paramashiva. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and KAILASA of Paramashiva. People who travel in this path, even their body does not disintegrate after they leave the body. In Thailand, still there is a Buddhist tradition, not just one monk, hundreds of monks in the tradition. Their body doesn't rot, disintegrate, it just stays like Paramashivoham's body. I am going to revive that tradition. Many of my Gurukul kids are never going to die. They may just sit in Jiva Samadhi along with me. It will be like my Jiva Samadhi in the center, all of them will be around me, living with me forever. radiating. When people come, they will go around and see, wow, oh, this Jiva Samadhi is this kid who was with Swamiji from that time. It is like eternal Kailasa. Divya Sariris. I am planning for 10,000 enlightened beings in Jiva Samadhi along with me. 10,000 enlightened beings. Their body will not rot, or it will not go through any of the dead bodies. Disintegration or anything happens to dead body will not happen to their body. Because I can see, listen, even though this anti-Hindu gang is attacking me so much of enemies and traitors I am facing, but still I can see that they announced Pattini Vratham, 28 days of no food, fasting with me. We saw thousands of people registering in few hours. Even now, thousands all over the world following this 1 meal a day scheme. 1 meal after puja. Thousands are following. Hey, it's not that the people who are following this 1 meal per day are poor or middle class. Hey, they're all not just millionaires. Some of them are even billionaires. Multimillionaires and billionaires. Now I am only 43. Already I am seeing thousands of people practicing this Anavopaya methods along with me. I am going to be in the body, active, healthy, at least next 150 years. More. Not including this 43 already. Because these bloody fellows, the Hindu enemies and Hindu traitors, wasted a lot of my time. And I am a non-violent person. I don't go and attack them. I don't go and fight with them. I don't go and kill them. I don't react to them. I just decide to live longer. மகனங்களா சும்மா இருந்திருந்தா 120ஓட நான் பாட்டுக்கு பேக் பண்ணிட்டு போலான்னு தான் பிளான் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். 126 தான் பிளான் பண்ணேன். வீணா போனா இங்க ஏகப்பட்ட டைமை வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டானுங்க. என் பொண்ணு பிள்ளைகளெல்லாம் இப்போ வளர்த்து நான் ஆளாக்கி அதுகளை எல்லாம் அரசிகளாக்கி அரசர்களாக்கி பார்த்து அனுபவிக்க வேணாம். அதான் முடிவு பண்ணிட்டேன். மகனுங்களா, இதுக்கு மேல தொடர்ந்து வம்பு பண்ணீங்கன்னா 1000 வருஷம் ஆக்கிட வேண்டா. வேணாம், வம்பு பண்ணாதீங்க. Anyhow, I am a non-violent person. Person with so much of ahimsa. I don't go and attack them back or behave violently, react violently. No, I just decide to live longer, healthy. I can comfortably take Padmasana challenge with anyone in the world. Longest time sitting in Padmasana. I can take a challenge with anyone in the world. Sitting in Padmasana is one of the very important scale to see whether somebody is healthy or not. See, without back support. I don't have any back support. My spine is very straight, sitting on the seat. Without back support, sitting in Padmasana, keeping the Merudanda straight, the backbone, neck, and the head in straight line. Keeping the Merudanda in straight. Sitting in Padmasana, I can take a challenge with anyone in the world. The longest number of hours without moving, sitting in Padmasana. Anyone wants to challenge, you can send a message. Not for competition, just to tell this glory of yoga, that's all. Nothing else. I can see the same habit is getting built in my kids. My kids all over the world start building the same habit of Padmasana. Sitting in Padmasana. All over the world I am seeing the success of my teachings. Now itself, thousands are practicing this Lankanam, Paramaushadam, fasting is the ultimate medicine. This Anavopaya techniques, methods I am giving, and I am going to be in the body, healthy, living, teaching, spreading my mission at least next 150 years more. So that is why I am very sure I can easily make minimum 10,000 fully enlightened through this Anavopaya, and body will not go through any disintegration even after they leave the body. It will be just Jiva Samadhi. Like Ramanuja in Srirangam. Anybody who has a third eye scanning power, if you go to Srirangam and see that Ramanuja deity and scan, you can see his bones are all inside. It is a body, actual body. It's not carved deity, it's a body. It's traditionally embalmed as per the Hindu tradition. In Hindu tradition, the embalming is done while you are alive. It's not that after you leave the body, they do some process, pull out the internal organs and infuse some. No. While you are alive itself, your diet and your pranayama, everything is done properly, such a way that your body is embalmed. So after you leave the body, nobody touches it. Just it becomes deity. I tell you, Ramanuja Swami, Ramanujacharya in Srirangam is just the body used, and Tirumala Tirupati Venkateshwara is the body of Venkateshwara, Srinivasa, the body which he used. He just stood and became a deity. It's the very body he used. It is not stone deity. If you have a third eye body scanning power manifested, if you can scan people and see their body inside, go and stand in front of Venkateshwara and pray to him, request him to show him. You will see clearly, he will show his whole body. Inside that bone and all is there as it is. He just became a deity. Same way the Ramanujacharya in Srirangam, he just became a deity. And in Vrindavan, Raghavendra Swamigal is sitting just as a deity inside his Jiva Samadhi. In Nerur, Sadashiva Brahmendra is just sitting as a deity. And Trailinga Swami in Kashi. I can go on giving you the list. So now we have the signs. we will revive it. At least 10,000 people will achieve full enlightenment through Anavopaya, through this methodology. So they can sit in Jiva Samadhi around me. That will be the most powerful energy center in the world. Literally Kailasa on planet Earth. The second methodology is Saktopaya. It means the method of the mind. The definition of the Saktopaya from Malini Vijaya Tantra, Shaktopaya is that upaya which functions by the means of energies. Shaktopaya is also called Jnanopaya because it is the means which originates from Jnana Shakti, the energy of knowledge. It means by holding the powerful cognition, you manifest the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, and being of Paramashiva, superconsciousness of Paramashiva. Shaktopaya. Most of the teachings I do is from Shaktopaya methodology, because I give you the powerful cognition and ask you to hold that powerful cognition and manifest powers. Next is Shambhavopaya. This is the method of consciousness. The definition of Shambhavopaya from Malini Vijaya Tantra is the one who preserves thoughtlessness. Unclutching is Shambhavopaya. Unclutching, Ajapa Japa, all these are Shambhavopaya. I sincerely recommend all devotees, if you are new to my Sangha and my satsangs, please watch some of my satsangs on unclutching and start practicing Ajapa Japa and unclutching. See, Ajapa Japa means without chanting, without using your tongue, keeping the mantra alive, repeating itself in the level of vak in your deep throat. In the deep throat itself is keeping the mantra alive, is Ajapa Japa. Through your witnessing consciousness, one part of you witnesses, the other part of you is chanting that mantra, repeating it without moving your tongue or your voluntary involvement. I can give you 5 options. Om, just pranava. Om. Om. You don't even need to make noise. Om. Mandukya Upanishad declares this is the most powerful sadhana. Then next, just Shiva, 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 Shiva. It is not just mantra alone. Paramashiva himself. Third, Shivaya Nama or Shivoham. Shivaya Nama or Shivoham. Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Fourth, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Fifth, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Any of this, you can go on be doing ajapa japa. You will experience Shambhavopaya. Understand? Listen carefully. Sometimes you can use Om, sometimes even Shiva, sometimes Paramashivoham. You can mix all these five at different times and practice also. It's not wrong. All five of this. Actually 6 mantra because I added Shivaya Nama and Shivoham both. All 6 of this are in same frequency. Any one of this or mixture of this you can do for ajapa ajapa. Sometimes you can just be doing Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Sometimes Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. See, the longer the mantra will keep you more aware. But at one time when you become deeply silent, you may not need so many syllables. So at that time it can just merge into Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham can merge into Paramashivoham, then it can merge into Shivoham, then it can merge into Shiva, then it can merge into Om. Nothing wrong. Shambhavopaya. Just by the thoughtlessness of unclutching or ajapa ajapa, manifesting the state, space, powers and being of Paramashiva is Shambhavopaya. Listen carefully. The fourth one is too important. You need to attentively listen. Anupaya means the methodless method. The definition of the word Anupaya from Malini Vijaya Tantra is initiation. Just by initiation of the Guru, you manifest the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, superconsciousness of Paramashiva, KAILASA of Paramashiva. That is Anupaya. Listen. Listen. Anupaya is simply Guru's grace. Shaktipada, Shaktinipada, initiation. That's it. Sheer initiation of the Guru can give you everything you need and make you manifest the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, superconsciousness of Paramashiva, and Kailasa of Paramashiva. Everything you need.